GSCPLIII Week 3 continues. Are you ready? My browser sure ain't. We see Lax on Nidoking. Flashbacks to a previous video if you saw that one. But oh man, my browser's having a bad day. Alright. Sorry, you don't care about that. You care about how this game goes. We could see Thief, we could see Lovely Kiss, we could see Switch. What are we gonna see? It's a Thief! On the Lax! Flashbacks continue! It's a double edge! And it doesn't crit. I had you guessing, didn't I? Now, anyhow, this time it does not get the high roll, and it's a 47% double edge. Lax gets Thief. Monster Isles team should be able to take great advantage of a lefties-less Lax, but it is a stall team. Skarmory coming in on a potential EQ from the Nidoking, or just a switch to a normal resist. Most likely the latter. Cloyd doubles to Gengar, predicting maybe an electric or maybe a toxic. I think toxic is a bit more probable because toxic Skarmory like to get cheeky on Cloyster. Take the spikes and toxic it. Well, that's not cheeky, or take the decent chunk of Surf. But Fori into Cloyster indicates that either the Fori has Toxic or it has Giga Drain. Regardless, Fori does not like Gengar. Hypnosis misses on the spikes. That's fine. Fori doesn't do anything to Gengar because HP Ghost is bad most of the time. It's a usable move. But spiking on it, yeah, is very reasonable. Gengar doesn't do too much to you. Raikou is the traditional response. Hypnosis misses crucially, because hypnosising the Fori would be a big deal for Monsters team. Or not Monsters team, just like against the stall team in general. Goes for the second hypnosis, lands into the coup. Sleep Talk Thunder, Para. Lax significantly chipped. Skarm comes in on Lax. Cloy doubles. It's not unreasonable for Monster Eel to assume this Skarmory does not have Toxic and to lay down his spikes here, or her spikes. Foray comes in. This could be an opportunity for the Gengar to enter, but Monster takes it as a chance to get chip on the Foray. That could go south should the Foray Toxic, but is met with a Starmie, who will likely have you cannot discount Psychic, so Gengar is has to be wary of spin blocking here. As such, Starmie feels like it can go freely for a rapid spin. Hits the Lax with it. Cloyster could have gone for a Toxic on that me there. The Para, possibly preventing a rest, or just a general move. Flinch. Lax is going for it. He doesn't get it. This Lax is functionally dead. Unless Monster Eel can somehow get it in on the perfect timing to rest it up. Zap on Starmie. No, I mean, Fori. Some standard stuff. If this was a cursed EQ Lax, that could have been a very crucial sequence. It is Hidden Power Water Coup. Cursed EQ Lax plus Steelix aims to go boom on the Skarmy and then EQ everything else in Double Edge Lax. Yeah. But with the Nidogar, not traditional Nidogar, because that implies Tyranitar, there are still ample tools to break down Clark's team. The Zapdos very well could be Whirlwind. That is not an insubstantial possibility. Gengar might be able to blow up the Raikou. Nidoking might be able to get some progress made, but Lick's taking a massive chunk from Hidden Power because Raikou would wake up the next turn. it's unsafe for it to stay in. Again, Zapon Ku doubles to licks. This time, it just sleep talks in the Zapdos' face. It does wake because just hitting the roll to wake. Remember, it was slept by hypnosis and did not rest. Licks is not safe to stay in here. Feels like his only option to go in is Zapdos, which is true. Nothing likes this Raikou. Now that Lax is so low and Licks is dead to the Raikou, so this Raikou might just be able to finish off the Zapdos. Might be able to finesse its way through Monster Eel's team. Rest up the Zapdos. Goes into the Nidoking, predicting a Thunder. Lands the prediction. Landed the Thunder. Nidoking putting pressure here. Could just go for EQ. But it's Morning Sun. Ooh. I quite like Morning Sun Nidoking here. Gives you some neat longevity. Doubles it in on the Coup. But is it missing... It is missing Ice Beam or Thunder here. I think it's going to be missing Thunder. Meaning the Starmie, once that is scouted for, is a good check to it. Cloyster, before he just in general will be able to stave off the Nido, gets his Cloy Toxics into the foray, predicting the Starmie and its hidden power Bug or Ghost. So maybe this is hidden power Ghost foray, so it can't actually threaten the Gengar. So both of them predicted the opposing spinner / spin blocker, the foil to potential rapid spins. Gengar does come in on the hidden power fire. Yeah, took me a second to run through all the possible hidden powers. Hidden power fire foray makes sense here. It is the standard on stall teams. So maybe I shouldn't be jumping to conclusions of maybe it is hidden power ghost. This just looks like standard, like bog standard stall. Ku comes in, takes the hypnosis. Alright, let's see what Monster Eel can do to break down Clark's team. Sleep Talks Rest got in to EQ, but we don't know what move this Nidoking has to complement its Earthquake. Starmie switching into a possible Thunder there could have been a little nasty for Clark, but Nidoking goes for another Earthquake. Starmie can just recover here. Zapdos comes in. That almost confirms that the Nidoking has Ice Beam as its coverage move. Sleep Talks a Mist Thunder into the Sleeping Ku. Goes to the Nidoking. And does he get hidden powered for his troubles? He does. Morning Suns are still relatively high, as are these PP in general at this point. Ni comes in to threaten out the Nidoking. Gar comes in on the Mii and gets nailed with Psychic and drops. I think Clark is pulling ahead very significantly. That Gengar, to place Monster in a much more significant lead, needed to get some value out of itself other than hypnosising a Raikou, which it did. And that's it. That's all it did. Didn't even get an Ice Punch off onto a Lax or something. Doubles in his Lax, hoping that it can survive whatever his Sleep Talk ruled. And it does, but it paras, and now it is not only functionally dead, it is dead. And at this point, I think it's not unreasonable to concede. It's just over. You don't really... Nidoking doesn't break in this matchup. It gets utterly stuffed by the Skarmory and the Starmie. Steelix is too low to do anything. The Lax died. The Gengar wasn't able to get a boom off. Cloyster wasn't able to do much. possible if the Cloyster was able to boom on the Starmie. And then Nidoking could start putting in work, because Fori and Skarmory don't ever really break it. And then if it can muscle through the lefty-less Lax, that's not unreasonable. So I don't think it was unwinnable for Monster, especially if Ice Beam freezes came into play. And if they were somehow able to double that Licks in and get value out of that boom, but that's just hard. So it is not an unreasonable forfeit, but certainly not a unwinnable guaranteed loss. Alright, that was Clarko 3 winning versus Monster Isle, Isla. And don't have a lot of time, so I will save the next game that I'll tease right here. Top Keck versus the Soft Potato. I'll just say that's my next video. Hope you enjoyed.